Okay, good evening. It is day 128, I believe. Um, coding every day. Um, so I assume today is just gonna be another leak code. Um, I again spent all my day doing linear algebra. Actually, so I went to the our student center or whatever. God, they had like these like pods. They have some pretty cool like things there for studying, I guess. Like they have like actual pods, like you literally seal yourself in, and it's like I'm pretty sure they're like noise proof or something. Um, and then they have these like fully enclosed, like there's a table and then a bench like around it, and so um, and they have like a bunch of those just everywhere, like privacy things, and then obviously just your normal like tables and benches and lounges. But there was this one that was like it went like this, right? And so in each one of these curves, there's a seat, and then on each one of the outs, there was also a seat. So it like kind of acted like a barrier, like it all sat on the same like line, but like each concave or whatever was like a seat and a table. But there was a slit, like just a little slit, perfectly aligned. So when you're sitting in the thing, if you want to, you can just look at the other person. I'm like, it was just the most awkward thing. I don't know, because it's like if I ever like wasn't thinking about it and just like kind of looked up, like sometimes I'd just make direct eye contact with the person, and it's like I don't know why you'd ever. I mean, the slits are like to put it together. I guess I don't know why you can't. It's like the same thing with like the stalls or whatever. Why you can't install those with no slit between them? I don't know. I really don't think it is a matter of cost. Anyways, so I went there, and did a few hours. I think from like 12 to 4. I um, I finished chapter 2, which you can see on the table of contents right there. I hope we don't get sued for showing of super chopped up. You can't even get anything out of this image on any material. Um, I just wanted to show the table of contents. Um, so it was, I think the day before I got to invertible matrices, partition matrices, matrix, uh, the 2.5, skip 2.6 and 2.7. And then today I did 2.8, 2.9, and then all of chapter 3. So what I want to do after this video, well, so I got through all of those reading wise. Um, the 3.3, the linear transformation thing was honestly really confusing. And so that I'm going to have to go over again. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to like go over that section again at this point. So my whole thing is I want to just go through everything so I have a basic understanding of like the definitions and the theorems and blah blah blah. A lot of it just doesn't make sense right now because I haven't really practically applied it. Like I've seen the examples, and so like they make sense in like my head right now, but it's like if I went into the exam right now, I'd get a fucking 20 again. um, because you know, I've had no practice with it. That's always my downfall with these math exams. Like math exams, I am horrible at. I'm not even gonna say I'm horrible at them. I just never prepare for them. It's always I'll cram the day before, and my cramming only leaves room for maybe a few hours of practice exams, and I'm cooked, right? I get most of them wrong. And so it's like every single exam is like I understand like the general concept of something. So it's like I'll just get like like I'll never get it fully corrected. I'll just get like half credit on everything. So my exam grades are always like 50, 60 on math exams because I never actually put in the time to like fully understand every single topic. I just like get a little bit of everything, and so then it's just a horrible grade, obviously. Um, so again, I'm pretty much, I mean, giving myself 4 days to prepare for this exam isn't ideal either. It'd be amazing if this whole week was just practice problems in old exams. And I need to do that for the final. Um, but the idea is, I think tonight I'm gonna finish chapter 4. The um so 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3 are on the exam, I believe. Um, so vector spaces and subspaces, null spaces, column spaces, row spaces, linear transformations, and linear independence. All of that. So yeah, and I know his exams are like, they're so annoying. It's like, it's not. So I ended up taking linear algebra a few years ago. My not freshman, sophomore year in, but at the community college because I transferred. And that was like, it was all computing, like all the number one, he just had like a great like structure for that class. Oh my god. It was like he had like weekly quizzes that were, they weren't open note, but he would kind of grade them. Um, I don't know. I actually kind of forget. All I know is it was really fair grading. Um, and but all of everything was just computing. Or is what I'm getting at. Is all his exams and all his quizzes and weekly stuff like that. It was like if we learned about, determinants, the entire, quiz for the week was computing determinants. Um, and if it was, inverting a matrix, or a transformation, or something like ax equals b, but using like the identity matrix or something, something like this, it was always like just hard compute. But this one is almost no computing. It's like questions of, given this matrix that's already in a reduced triangle form in subspace, um, uh, Rn, with, I don't know, whatever. It's like, can there be a solution that passes through the subspace at the origin, or something like this? And it's like proofs almost of like, or finding. I don't know. I just wish it was straight up, find the determinant, find, I don't know, this transformation, find blah blah blah. What's the rank of this matrix? So that's annoying. And so that's, uh, you know, what's gonna, because also all the practice problems like in the book are the compute practice problems. So I don't know. What I want to do is I want to make sure all the readings just done tonight. And then maybe even start some practice problems tonight on chapter 2, and then all of tomorrow is chapter 2, chapter, I guess, just all 3 chapters practice problems. And then day of the exam, Tuesday, will be just doing old exams and the practice exam they gave us. So yeah. Um, yeah. So hopefully that's enough to take a 70, 80 on the exam. I mean, anything above a 60 is, I guess, a win. I guess. I mean, at this point, I just want the credits for the class. My other 2 classes, I should get a pretty good grade in. So, um, I mean, I messed up really bad my first semester. So, any chance of getting a good GPA overall is just out of the window, really. Um, so, so it's literally just graduating, which I don't really care about the high GPA. The only thing is if I want to go to grad school, which is like, it would be nice to have the option, but I think that's a little too far gone. Um, I definitely think I can still, yeah, it's like, what a good GPA is like considered usually over like a 3.6, right? And I would have to probably get like both 100s on both these last exams and then a straight A both my last 2 semesters to pull that off. So I'll probably just sit in the low three something, I assume, of a GPA, and that's fine by me. I don't know. It's literally just grad school because I've never heard an employer actually like, and even if you like, I feel like even if you lied about your GPA, like I know a lot of things are like, oh, want like a minimum GPA of whatever. Even if you said you'd have that, and then you go through the interview process and they like you, you think they're gonna deny you because now, oh, you were point two, GPA below what we wanted. No, it's just for filtering. So, anyways, I've ranted enough. So yeah, probably just do a leak code right now, and then I'm gonna finish up my reading. Also, I when I came back from well, I ate and then I came back around. I want to say like 6, maybe 5. It was like 6, I think. I think around 6:30, I ended up falling asleep because I had the worst headache ever. I can literally feel it almost forming again, which is terrible. Um, but I uh, uh, um yeah, I couldn't get it to get away. I was just like tossing and turning in pain. I don't know what it. Also, headache medicine just does not work for me anymore. I guess. Used to like you have a headache, I pop that and it was just gone within like 10 minutes, and now it's like it literally does nothing. Um, so, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I had too much caffeine. Anyways, okay, let's get to elite code. Okay. Min cost climbing stars. You are given an integer array cost, where cost at I is the cost of the I step on a staircase. Once you pay the cost, you can either climb 1 or 2 steps. Once you pay the cost, you can either climb 1 or 2 steps. Literally just read that. You can either start from the step 0 or step 1. Turn the minimum cost to reach. So this is a depth first search, right? I think I remember doing this problem at some point. It's like you just do a depth first search where you take either a 0 step or a 1 step or a 2 step, and then you start both. You like start one at 0 and you start one at 1, and you just add up all the costs as you go, and you return minimum. So it'd be what? It'd be like it would just be a depth first search passing through the node. Um, I don't even have to call it node. It would just be step, which step you're at, and um, what? Just overall cost total, right? And then you'll do if if cost at step is none, return total. And I'll just do this with step plus 1 and then total plus step, or sorry, cost at step. And we'll also do depth, and we'll return the depth first search at step plus 2. Well, wait, actually, wait. So if I do a depth first search at this doesn't seem right, because if I do a depth first search, that's just gonna step through everything and count up like the full total, right? Then we're gonna go back one and we're gonna do like a step 2, and then we'll go like, hmm. There has to be some type of comparison somewhere, though, right? Because if I just do this, and then I call that first search, I do start 0 is equal to a first search on 0, 0, and start 1 is equal to DFS 1, 0, and then return the min between start 0 and start 1. But this definitely doesn't work. If step, I don't have to. I have to say if step is greater than the length of cost. The length of cost is 3. Then we just don't want to step to 4. Yeah. List index out of range. Depth first search. Step plus 1. Total plus. Huh? 110, 2, 25, 3, 45. Uh-huh. So for some reason it's going to 4. Oh, how would it be go? Oh, wait, I'm so confused. Why would it go to four? I'd end up calling like we go to 3 4, and then I go here, and this would be four. If four is greater than the length of this, which it is, return total. Do you want a double return? I don't see. This was the same problem yesterday. I don't think it's a double return. Yeah, no, it's not a double return. Help me, ChatGPT. When step is equal to the length. Oh, okay. So this was just wrong. So this is 1, 2, 25. Then when you come back, we get 30. So this one's fails because we can just do all the ones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then skip that one. Um, man, I know it's like this is the right approach, but it's like, I mean, I'm seeing some sixes in there. It's just my logic. So I'm doing like it's like I step, and then I'm like, okay, this is the new total. Do I want to do something where I'm like return, like should it be return the minimum between these two calls, right? Output exceeded. Oh no. Um, I think it's because of the print. Probably not because of the print. Okay. How could you cut down on this? Hmm. I don't know. You have do you have to check every single case? If I know, wow, I don't. I mean, this is. I mean, this does take a lot of compute with big lists. I understand that, but I don't know how. I mean, would you? I'm trying to think. Is there any way you can do this without like, um? So you have this list which has, like 2, 0, 5, 7, 8. Um, say 1. So we want to find. Um, sorry. So we want to find the cheapest path starting from either here or here. So I think the two calls have to be fine, right? Like you need one that starts there and whatever. I don't think that's the issue. Then starting from here, we go like bam, 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 right? And then we buy one by one, we return here and we're like, oh, what if we did two? Oh, that is cheaper, you know. So we'll go with that. Oh, but then we're gonna go back and we're gonna say, oh, if we do this, oh, that's cheaper. We're gonna go with that, right? But is there a way that we could skip more because I don't know. I don't know. I need to go study as well. So every possible path at each step makes two recursive calls. This creates a time complexity um, of 2. No way they're doing the fucking LRU cache. But there's no way that this is like I use this in a advent of code actually. I had LRU cache if oh yeah, that is true. You can just return the minimum between these. But this is still so cool how this works. It's like any value that it sees being passed in as step. Oh yeah, why is total not here? Return 0 or return the cost of the step plus. I wonder if even just like this would this even speed it up a lot? Um, ba- 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 DFS. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. My bad, OG. But there's no way on an easy they want you to use a fucking LRU cache. N is equal to the length. DP is equal to 0 times. So an array of zeros for I in range of 2 n plus 1, DPI is equal to the minimum between uh, holy yap. Okay, append 0. For I in range, length of costs. What is just going through reverse? I always forget what the for argument thing means. It's like decrementing by 1, right? Cost at I plus equal to min cost at I plus 1 I. What are these like which fucking give me the goddamn fucking can you import stuff actually? I wonder if you can actually import stuff. That's actually I didn't know you could actually import stuff in leetcode. Yeah, I use this in the advent of code actually. Um a few I think I even remember like what problem it was. It was like um um bro, my hair is pissing me the fuck off. I don't know. I need a haircut when I go home for Easter. Anyways, yeah, I used this I think it was like the rock turning advent of code question, and it was like, oh, when you turn a rock, like if you had a series of 5 rocks or something like that, and it's like every single time you like turn one over, if it's like if it can be divisible by something you like, I don't know, it was something weird, but it got to the point where you'd have like millions of rocks on this line. Um, and it was like, but you'd keep computing. It was like each rock had like a number value to it, and because all the rocks followed the exact same set of rules, you had so many duplicates of like numbers. I think it was like if it's divisible by 2024, it was like for the year, and they just wanted to do that. It was like then you split it into two or something like that, right? And both sides became like 1020. I don't know, but it would happen like so much that you used an LRU cache um, with I think it was also a max size of none, and you just like it was basically the same as like a keeping track of an array of like visited, you know, um, like, I mean, yeah, you could think of it as like visited squares on like a map or whatever you want, like, so you're not repeating yourself so many times, and having to compute it over and over. You just look in the cache and it's right there instead of having to recompute. So, um, yeah, I don't understand those other solutions though. I guess I'll look into them maybe after I stop the video, um, but yeah, dynamic programming is just like weird. I don't know. Like it's crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it, but it's a little weird that this isn't easy. I won't lie. But I forget what the other thing, because I think this is the solution towards the classical one step versus two step problem, right? I've always pretty sure it's just a recursive thing. It's just, I guess, when you have such a large, I don't know. It has to be this. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have for today. I need to go at least finish reading chapter 4, taking notes on that, and then I don't know when I'm gonna go to bed because I took a nap, but I do have computer architecture at 9 a.m. So gotta be there for that. So okay, I'll see you tomorrow for day 129. Yeah, take care. Bye.